Welcome back, everybody. This is Brothermutant here. We are continuing our journey to complete The Wizard's Apprentice, Chapter 2. And as you can see, we've leveled up both of our characters to level 5, and I'm deciding on what to pick for this character. Again, he has no actual... Let me show you. He has no actual stats in the mental acuity range. Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma, all subpar for casting of any real kind. I can make him, I suppose, a cleric or something, or even a wizard, but all he would get would be cantrips, right? Charisma would be so bad that, you know, he would suck for even cantrips for a sorcerer and a bard, so don't bother. Obviously he's for physical, so we probably should just keep him for physical, but I don't know enough about barbarians to know why I'd want to keep him a barbarian. Okay, let's see. Fast movement, can't dodge. I have that. Trap sense, I have that. Damage reduction at 7th level. Here you go. Barbarian gains the ability to shrug off some amount of injury from each attack. Subtract 1 from the damage the barbarian takes each time he is dealt damage. Okay. Greater rage. Boo. Double will. Ah, screw it. We're just going to keep him barbarian. Why rethink everything, right? Well, we got 5 points to spend. At least they give him lots of skills. Let's get that taunt up. Survival's max. Hell, he's even got some spellcraft. Wow. Do I have able learner? No, I do not, because it's taking 2 skill points to make this go up 1, as you see. So we're not going to do that. We'll keep it to the skills he has. I don't know that any of these are better than another. Listen could come in handy. Parry. Survival and taunt. Let's get that taunt up. Yeah. We may use that. That's going to be proved uncanny dodge. Nice. The taunt could be handy because it will allow him to cast taunt decreasing if with a will save against the DC equal to 5 plus the attacker's taunt skill. So I have a taunt of 2, technically speaking. So 5 plus 2, so 7. Not the best, I'll grant you. But if they fail their will save against that, they suffer a -2 to armor class and to concentration for 5 rounds. Yeah. Well, at 5 ranks, the taunt affects all enemies within 5 feet of the initial target. This radius increases by 5 feet for every additional rank. Wow. Using taunt provokes attacks of opportunity, and taunt penalties are not cumulative. So you use it once and then you're done. And just maul the son of a bitch. Sounds like a plan. Okay, but I got more hit points. It's all good. And I get a lot extra for that, so I get 15 hit points every smack. Okay, cool beans. Alright, so that's you. Now my turn, baby. And I'm staying wizard because I want to get that next caster level. Concentration's always good. Spellcrafting, lore. Love those. Now, what do I got? Remember, I have able learner, so I can bump these guys. And I think that's the way to go. Tumble and use magic device. Want those up. And I get a feat. Yes, right, because I'm a level 5 wizard. Every 5 levels a wizard gets a feat, like meta magic feats. Stuff that's for spell casting. So I can be meta magic up the yin yang. Or I could get some of these cool ones for crafting, which I don't know that there is crafting in this one. Spell penetration is useful. To penetrate someone's spell resistant. Combat casting. This one is a mode, much like your parry and stuff. By activating it, you get a buff to your concentration, while basically your defensive casting at that point. And I don't know enough about it, so I'm not going to pick it, but I remember reading that combat casting is not useful unless you have a concentration of X, whatever that is. And I don't think you even really need to get a concentration very high if you're going to use combat casting. If you're not using combat casting, you just have to get your concentration to like 15 or something like that, and you're almost guaranteed to never have to worry about missing a spell. So it seems less likely to be useful. These ones, you know, they don't do more damage as far as I know. It's just more likely to hit the target when you have to roll for it, or they're less likely to resist it. So again, I don't know enough about that to pick those. These are relatively useless because I don't know we have crafting, so we're stuck with meta magic feats. Now, there are good ones in here. Empower is always great. Extend spells are wonderful. And you see what happens is when you get these, you have to learn a spell, an extend spell, at a different level. Okay, so an extend spell occupies a spell slot one level higher. So think about it in terms of this. You have mage armor, level 1, right? If I wanted an extended mage armor, which doubles the duration of the spell, I would cast it as a level 2 spell, which means I have to as a wizard, actively pick a level 2 slot and label it extended whatever, extended mage armor or extended shield or whatever that I want to extend, right? Useful. Maximize spells take up 3 levels higher, which we don't have a lot of those 3 levels, so it's really not the best use of a spell slot at this low level. Empower is useful. It takes up 2 levels higher, so level 1 spells would take a level 3 spell. The usefulness of this, though, is it increases the effect of the spell, usually damage, by another 50%. So let me give you an example here. A magic missile, which does 1d4 plus 1, multiplied by 1.5. So again, 150% of the damage for having an empowered magic missile. So I could do 50% more damage, basically, is what it's telling you. And while Maximize does full damage, guaranteed, but again, it takes so many spell slots higher to do that. Silent spell and still spells are ones that, while useful, are if you've been silenced or in a room where you can't speak for whatever reason, you can still cast the spell, but again, it occupies a slot 1 level higher than normal. Still spells are great if you're going to be using armor, because they have that somatic component, which is gesturing. Armor gets in the way of it, so still spells occupy 1 level higher. Those are extremely useful again, so that you these ones would be if you could still spell all of your spells in a spell book. I could be wearing plate armor if I was allowed to, and be still able to cast every one of my spells with no arcane spell failure. That's fantastic, but again, occupies 1 spell slot level higher than normal. And there are ways to have auto still spells, but it's farther up. So I'm going to pick extend because those are great. Spell time. Now remember, I have. Oh, they don't have it as a choice. Well, that's weird. I have an animate dead spell, and it's not a level 3 spell for some reason. Now, I've learned all those that it's allowing me to learn. You see, I have all these ones here that I can pick. Spider Skin's a great one. Doesn't last very long, but nice armor class. Protection from energy. Nice buff. 24-hour buff, no less. The Massive Breath, that's a cone move. Power Words, these ones are kind of nice because these are verbal components, so you can cast these in any armor because all you have to do is a verbal component. You just have to be able to speak. As long as you haven't been silenced, you can cast these spells in full gear. It's kind of funny because you can just say a word. Kind of think of Harry Potter with his Halocadavri or whatever the hell they call that spell that kills people. It's like that. There's no gesturing. You just say the word and bam, they get hit with whatever they get hit with. Stinking Cloud's always good. Summon Creature. Dire Wolf, that could come in handy, and they last so much longer now that we're getting up in level. But I still have the other ones. Haste doesn't last very long, even at this low level, but 5 rounds of extra armor, extra dodge armor, extra attack bonus, and extra attack per round for melee or range, not spell casting, and extra speed. We could whoop up on some bad guys with a couple of haste spells cast. But this one I told you about was the one that you can cast it and learn about your area. So let's see if we can try that. Deep Slumber could come in useful too for some coup de grace. Hold Person could come in handy. Improved Mage Armor for me would be phenomenal. It's a +6 buff, man. That's a big buff. But that's Lightning Bolt. Oh man, I got a lot. See, this is where level 3 just opens up things of just awesomeness. Now we have these spells in our what do you call it? My brain is melting. In our stolen treasure, right? Remember we had all the loot? I bought Fireball, or no, I had Fireball. And I even think I had Deep Slumber. I Didn't have all these ones, I know that, but I think I had some of them that I found in the Wizard's Apprentice Chapter 1, so I don't want to try to reinvent the wheel here. Greater Magic Weapon gets good, because it's just like Magic Weapon, but +1 enhancement per 4 caster levels, maximum +5. So at caster level of 1 through 4, you get a +1 cast. No, sorry, not 4. 1 through 4. 4 through 7, you get a +1. At level 8 through 11, you get a +2. So eventually, you could really make your magic weapon a +5 weapon for long periods of time. A great spell. Heroism doesn't last very long, but it lasts long enough to be useful. And single target though. Attack roll, saves, and skill checks, all good stuff. Invisibility sphere could come in handy for me and him getting around and not having to worry about stuff, but don't last very long. I guess I should probably take me some damage. I really want to grab that lightning bolt, I'm telling you right now, because that's a nice spell. Old person can come in handy. I mean, it doesn't last very long. You really can just gimp somebody completely with a spell like that. Flame arrow. That's it. That's what we're grabbing. It does decent damage, and eventually we get more and more arrows the more caster levels we get. So you can just, it's only single target, I think, but you can hit them with 1 arrow or 2 or on and on it goes. I don't know how many it caps out at. It might be never, but I think there's like 3 or 5 arrows is the maximum, and you could just beam one guy with just fire damage. So that's a good spell. I'm okay with that. Alright, so let's look at our spell book now. Now you see, here's my extend spell. See what I'm saying? These are all the spells that I can extend that I have at lower levels. Like if I wanted to cast any level 1 spell, these are the ones that I could extend, doubling their time, but it would take a higher spell slot, i.e. a level 1 spell that you would fill in a level 2 slot. And now, while that don't sound like a lot of good, look at some of the spells that I could slap on me. Endure Elements wouldn't be worth it because it lasts 24 hours. Charm Person, on the other hand, doesn't last that long normally anyway. I could charm a guy for double the effect for a long time. Mage Armor. Instead of, I'm level 5, instead of 5 hours long, it would last 10 flippin' hours on my character. No need to rebuff anytime soon. I could take this Ghostly Visage, which doesn't last very long at all, 5 minutes, and make it 10 minutes by making it a level 3 extend spell, which is all this stuff right here. Summon Creature for double the time, again, could be extremely useful. So already it's at 48 seconds, double that. Again, you can keep that pet out for a good long while. It won't last forever, but they die quick, so again, it's probably not something to think about. Protection from arrows would last for a long time. Things like where's it at? Bold Strength, though, 5 minutes turns into 10 minutes. That'd be a good buff for him for some extra whooping damage. More accuracy because it's melee base increase, right? And more damage because it's increased his strength. So he could be like through the roof awesome. But let's grab the 2 new spells. So we know we wanted them for a reason, and I'm pretty good with that. Now, was there anything else I wanted to change? Because as you can see, we'll use these up before we use our potion to get this stuff back. But we're doing good. Spider's dead. We released the the piggies, and we're going in here. Matter of fact, we are buffing up ourselves just a smudge because I don't know what's in here. Remember this? Oops. Hey. I had a torch somewhere, didn't I? Yes, I did.
Follow me.
Okay. Oh, what's that noise? Okay. Aha. Alright, I see him. You go get that guy.
It will be done.
What do we got for you, sweetie? Oh, level 4. Oh, boo. Sorry, guys. I saw Cleric 3, Wizard 3, and it wasn't. It was Wizard Sorcerer 4. That's why I couldn't learn the spell myself. Okay, we have a Fire Elemental here. And a Fire Method. So I'm banking on the fact that things like those spells will work on it.
Don't make this too easy for me.
The fuck is that over there? Veloraxanath. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, what do we got over here then, buddy? I have potions and another scroll. Burning hands, always good. Hotkey that. Potions critical. Oh, healer kits, baby. Yeah, daddy. Love my healer kits. Now, healer kits, for those of you that don't know, you roll, I think, 120 or something like that to see how much you heal for. The +1 gets added to that, or +3, +5, +10, whatever the hell they are. And you also add your heal number here. So to heal poison and diseases, the healer must make a successful check against their DC. If he is successful, the target is healed and is cured a number of HP equal to the skill roll, plus all modifiers. If the target suffers from no poisons or diseases, it is still cured of damage. Nice. We can cure diseases and poisons? Yeah, with healing kits. Not bad. That's some good gravy. Okay, matter of fact, I can probably even heal him up with one. But let's explore just a little bit more. I'm getting a little low on spells though. We're coming across a lot of fire dudes, which makes me think that I really don't want fire spells in my repertoire. Let's go with just one more path here. Anything over here, fellas? Yep. There's something over there. Alright, you need to be healed, buddy.
You're clear.
6 points, huh? Wow. My thimble runneth over there, buddy.
You're clear.
I probably need to pass him a potion. Oh, let's split those. Matter of fact, a little acid splash on you never hurt. Oh, acid to the face, you piece of piss. Come on, bow him up, honey. You can hit way better than that. Come on now. Yeah, that's some good damage. Go for 3 more. Oh yeah. Nice shot. Okay, now he's hurt badly.
Follow me.
I'm curious as hell what that is. Whoa, what is that? Is that what I think that is? Is that a demon? Yeah, we're not getting anywhere near that. Not while we're wounded. Alright, follow me. We had that bed, the bed roll, I should say, way the hell over by where we didn't have our spells in the cage that we were in. And I'm wondering, actually I'm also wondering about our we got 3 distractions, but it says we only got 2. What am I missing here? I know there's more. That should have been a distraction. Maybe it's because we haven't unlocked the door yet? Anyway, we're going over here to see if we can't rest in this bedroll area. Before we do all that, though, I want to doubly make sure I have the spells I want. I'm pretty darn happy with these spells. I think these ones are good. Maybe we'll get rid of one of the magic weapon ones here for something like sleep. Are these guys gonna be weak enough for us to sleep them? Probably not. Charm person. There we go. We got enough bad guys here that I think a charm person spell might be interesting. I want to try this clear audience. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll tell us what the hell's in this flippin' demon room there. Sleep on this straw. There is probably time for you to rest one time before the young mage's absence is noticed. Alright. Finish resting. Okay, spells are back. Let's get out of the room. Come on, buddy boy. Alright. So we are going to go find whatever the hell this thing is. I have spells to cast, like that one, and that one on you, and then that one on me.
Yes.
Back to its shield. Okay, doing good. I shall follow behind the barbarian. So good there. I'm gonna go to here, see if they say anything. Okay, I see a red floating stone, blue floating stone, and a green floating stone, I'm assuming. Looks like he's trapped. Might be able to talk to him.
I'll take the lead.
But I think this will be a good spot to save and say goodnight. My name's Brothermutant. Thank you guys for tuning in so far. Please tune in again next time. We will talk to Velaraxanath to see what the devil, demon, whatever the hell this thing is, has to say. I will see you guys soon. Bye now.